Hi, this is Caitlin Gary. This is my week discussion for week 3. From the videos, I kind of was a little more reminded about how essential and important parent communication and communicating with families is. For me, myself, I am an RSP teacher. So I am the special education teacher for a lot of the students in our school that have IEPs. This means that parent communication is extremely important for me. Anytime I come into new IEPs with new families, I make sure I provide them with my email, I provide them with an extension, and I am full force. If you have any questions, please let me know. I never want them to feel like they're a burden or it's anything like that, that their child is an important factor, that I am striving to try to make sure that I meet all of the goals that we just set out in the meeting, or for the students that already are in my classroom, those students that I'm making sure that parents are aware that I'm still working on those goals, that I'm seeing improvement. One of the ways I do this, and one of the ways that I kind of addressed it in the video, was Class Dojo. I will go on there, and there's one student in particular, his mom really likes to have updates, and he really has struggled a lot. So I'll send her every once in a while. I'll be like, I am so proud of how well he's doing on his writing. I'm so proud of the way that he handled his emotions today, because that's one of his big things. Because if he has big emotions, sometimes he'll act out in a way. And I had one day where he just addressed it himself, and he was a lot more understanding and recognizing his emotions. And I told his mother, and I was like, I'm so proud of him. Um, so email, I make sure that anytime parents email me, as soon as I see that email, I make either a mental note if I'm busy and or wrote it down saying I need to get back to this parent, because I never want them to feel like they're not valued. I want them to know that aside from their student, that they're a huge important aspect of my job. Um, and then if they ever have any questions, I mean, for us, if they ever have an issue with the IEP or they have any questions for the IEP team, we can meet as a team, or we can do check-ins if they want to know, how is my student doing? I am more than willing to provide them with an email or provide them with an update, or if they want to come in and talk to me, I make sure that there are all lines of my communication are open and they feel comfortable and confident that I'm willing to answer their questions. Um, and then another way that I've made sure to communicate with them is at the beginning of the year, or anytime I get a new student, I send home a about me page, which also includes my aide, who does our push-in services. And then I always connect on that page a questionnaire that they're supposed to fill out. Yes, obviously in the IEPs, I get information about their student. I want to know what they know about their student. What interests do they have? Because that helps me kind of narrow down what other ways I can engage the student within my classroom. Or, oh, your mom told me you like to play this game, and the student might be having a hard time talking to me. I'm finding ways that maybe their parent feels comfortable telling me about, that I can connect with that student. One of the barriers, essentially, especially with IEPs, is parents' reluctance on the special education. I know a lot of parents, there's like a stigma against special education, and their student having an IEP might be kind of like a big deal for them. Um, so it's just like awareness that we're working on goals that are going to help them in the long run. This doesn't necessarily mean they're going to always be in special education, but I'm here to make sure that they're bridging those academic goals and making sure that they're meeting where their peers are. Another barrier could be language. I have a couple of students that are English language learners, and their parents kind of have a hard time articulating, which kind of coincides with the student. Um, so it's making sure that that parent knows that I'm trying my best to make sure that they are understood, that they're heard. And if necessary, we do have people at our school that are willing to translate for us. So that is it. Thank you for listening, and I appreciate any responses. Bye.